Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Okay, can you just tell me like what we had done it in the last class?
Sir, predetermine overhead rate, sir. And
Under application of overhead or undercosting.
Yes. Can you tell us like which question?
step number 2, 3, and
Okay, all right. So question number 12 we had done. The fourth point in question number 4 we did that. Fourth point. Where we have to find out the over applied or under applied.
No, sir.
no, sir.
Okay. All right. So let me take you to the Excel file. Okay. So from the beginning, in this question, the question is giving information regarding first is the table where it is talking about the estimated expenses, material, labor, and manufacturing overhead. The second table is giving information about a particular job where we have to find out the cost of a job. And one more table is also there, which is giving us the information about the actual expenses incurred for the department, not for the job. So what we used to do, we first calculate the POHR, and on the basis of POHR, we charge manufacturing overhead to different jobs. And when we charge to different jobs, means all the jobs done during the period. So that is called manufacturing overhead applied to the whole department. To the department as well to the cost of jobs, all the jobs done. And that is the amount of manufacturing overhead which is added to find out the work in progress, the finished goods, and the cost of goods sold. So that reflects there in your income statement. So cost of goods sold is on the basis of POHR. Whatever cost comes, that goes to the income statement. And if you are charging less or if you are charging more, if you are charging less or if you are charging more, accordingly your profit will also come. So if overhead applied is coming more, your profit will decrease. If overhead applied is coming less, your profit will increase. Okay. So we need to find out, because we want to, at the end of the period, we would like to know that what is our actual profit. And if your estimated figures are not correct, you may not be knowing your actual profit. Therefore, you have to correct it before you find out the actual profit. Or in the same income statement, you will correct it. So there are two ways I had discussed, I think, in the last class. In one way, what we used to do, if it has been cost less, under costing or applied less, then we can directly add it with the cost of goods sold and calculate the profit. Because if it has been charged less, so cost of goods sold will be less, so we add it with the cost of goods sold. And if it is over costing, we less it from the cost of goods sold. So this is one practice which is very simple, easy. So we can do and we can find out the profit. But there is a problem. The problem is that when we apply this manufacturing overhead, the moment the goods are in work in progress stage. Okay, if you remember recall the cost flow, material and labor, and then manufacturing is applied to work in progress. And if it is completed, that becomes finished goods. And not necessary that all the goods will be completed. So some of the goods will be there, which will be there in the work in progress stage. But there also we would have applied manufacturing overhead. All the goods we don't sell it, so our all finished goods will not be converting to cost of goods sold. So some of the goods will be lying with us as finished goods inventory. And there also we have incurred the manufacturing overhead. So applying manufacturing overhead will have its impact on work in progress, finished goods, and cost of goods sold. Then in that case, why should we just adjust it with the cost of goods sold? The assumption is that there are two reasons. First reason is it is easy. You don't need to calculate proportionately how it has been applied to all the work in progress, finished goods, and cost of goods sold, and deduct it or add it there. So it's a very simple, just do this adjustment with cost of goods sold. That is one thing. The second thing is, if our work in progress and finished goods are not very significantly high, our most of the goods are sold, right? So if 90% of the goods are sold, this adjustment will not have much impact on our work in progress and finished goods. So we can do that adjustment. But better method is always to proportionately whatever under application or over application has happened, adjust it against work in progress, finished goods, and cost of goods sold, the way it has been charged to. Okay. And coming back to this question, in this question, there were two departments. One is a molding department, the other one is a painting department. In the case of molding department, they have taken machine hour as the basis. And in the case of painting department, they have taken direct labor cost as the basis. Okay. They have taken direct labor cost as the basis. So we calculated two POHR, one for molding department, that is manufacturing overhead. Its formula is same, estimated manufacturing overhead divided it by machine hour. So this come 8.6. The second one is estimated manufacturing overhead of painting department divided it by labor cost, 4,20,000. This has come 1.75 times of labor cost. Then we applied the same POHR for finding out the cost of a job. There were many, this estimation is for maybe hundreds of jobs. This is for only one job, job number 205. And this job 205 passed through two departments, molding and painting. So in molding department, some cost has been incurred. And in painting department also some cost has been incurred. In molding department, we have incurred direct material 470, painting 332, direct labor 290 and 680. So if you see here, you can find out those things. Together it is coming 802 and 970. Manufacturing cost is 946 and 1190. So this is coming 2136. The total is coming 3908. 3908 is for all the 50 units made during the year. So that information is given here. In the third point, if you see, what would be the total cost recorded for job 205? We found the cost is coming 3908. And then you divide it by 50 units. The job is consisting of 50 units. So you divide it by 50 units. What would be the unit product cost? So the unit product cost is 78.16. Okay. And then, so this is the cost on the basis of POHR. And you asked your customer to pay 78.16 plus margin you take, whatever margin, I don't know. So for example, 20% margin, you add 20% margin and it fixes your price, maybe 96 or something like that. Okay. Now the next thing asked is, At the end of the year, the records of high desert pottery works revealing this actual information. And you are asked to find out that for each and every department, what is the under application of overhead and over application of overhead, right? So what I have done, I tried to find out the overhead which is applied in both the departments. So in the case of molding department, machine hour as the basis, and the total machine hour is 65,000 multiplied by 8.6, 5,59,000 is the total manufacturing overhead applied to molding department. And 7,63,000 is the manufacturing overhead applied to painting department on the basis of labor cost. 4,36,000 into 1.75. So the total overhead applied is 13,22,000. And okay. All right. So this has come. So this I have calculated it for the whole department. I would like to calculate it for individual departments, right? So actual manufacturing overhead in molding department. How much it is? Five lakh?
70,000.
Yes, 5,70,000. And how much we have applied? 5,59,000. So there is over application or under application?
Under application.
Under application.
Okay, which is 570 minus 559. Okay, so what I will do here, let's calculate 570 minus 559, 11,000. And in the case of painting department, so actual manufacturing incurred in painting department. Okay, actual manufacturing overhead incurred in painting department. How much it is? 7,50,000. So, is it under application or over application?
Oh. No, sir, over application.
Over application.
Over application. Which is 7,63,000 minus 7,50,000. Sorry. Exactly. Okay, so this is the over application. So how can we adjust it? We can transfer it to cost of goods sold, or we can proportionately divide it among work in progress, finished goods, and
Sir,
cost of goods.
sir,
If
can you
it
please
is
again tell me how do you get the actual machine POH at that section, the 8.6, and we use the previous formula, right? That the last you taught me, the POH formula.
POHR we have used for applied overhead, how much has been charged to different jobs. But when we got the actual figure is given here. Okay, in the third table, actual figure is given here.
Yes, sir.
So this I have taken and I have deducted 7,63,000 minus 7,50,000 because you applied 7,63,000, so it is over application of overhead, and the amount is coming 13,000. Okay. All right. In this context, I would just like to tell you one more thing. That is, if in a particular department, if the goods are manufactured using more of machinery, then you should take machine hour as the basis. And if it is printing, if it is manual work, labor hour or labor cost should be taken as the basis. Sometimes it happens that we don't distinguish between two departments and we apply one overhead rate. What will be the impact of that? So that is not part of this question, but these kind of questions are there in the material I have provided. So if you go through the rest of the material, you can find it out. What I want to tell you here, if I apply instead of, although I'm having two departments, but for example, I use a basis of say machine hour for all my manufacturing overhead. Basis I use machine hour, for example. Then what will happen? If I use machine hour as my basis, so I'm writing it here and I'm expecting that few of you will definitely be able to answer. If I use machine hour as the basis for calculating the manufacturing rate, single manufacturing rate. Single means I don't distinguish at all. So what will be my POHR? I'm giving 1 minute time to all of you, and if you can calculate, I will be happy. The formula is same, but it is one POHR instead of having two POHRs. Good, good. Yes, the POHR is 17.14. So how do you get this 17.14?
So by adding the manufacturing overhead of the molding and painting divided by the machine hours of molding and painting.
Yes. So what you have done, you took the total manufacturing overhead, because I said a single manufacturer. So 6,02,000 plus 7,35,000 is coming 13,37,000. Okay, those who are there with me, they can understand it. 13,37,000 divided by total machine hours. So here machine hour is 70,000 and here it is 8,000. So 78,000. This is coming 17.14. Right? So this is also a POHR. You cannot say that this is wrong, right? You cannot say that. But if you are applying this, this will have some impact on cost calculation. Let us see that impact. Here you have taken on the basis of machine hour. And the total machine hour in both the department is, for the job, is 130. And if I multiply 130 into 17.14, because that is how I apply. So I took 17.14 into 130. This is coming 2228. Am I right?
Yes, so 2228.2.
Very good. So 2228. And if I have to calculate the cost taking this 2228 as my manufacturing overhead, the cost will come 802, just a minute, 802 970. Okay, 970 and 222. And how much it is coming?
4,000.
4000.2.
Very good. 4,000. 4,000? Okay. And here it is coming 3,908. Now, this is when you are using a different basis. This cost is coming when you are using a different basis. So two different bases were used, and accordingly, you are getting two different cost. Okay. Now, what is the problem? Problem is that if you take this 17.14, there is a chance that there will be overcosting. Okay, that I don't know, that we have to see. So what will happen? 17.14 multiplied by total machine hour in actual, and then you can find out what has been applied. Then you can find out whether over applied or under applied. So I'm not, I don't want to tell that whether it is over applied or under applied. I just want to tell that if you are taking one plant wide overhead rate, your overhead rate will come different. If you take a different departmental overhead rate for each and every department, if you take overhead rate, your overhead rate will come different. And as a result, your cost will change. If your cost changes, your price will change, because what is the next normal process of charging a price? How do we price our product? So normally what we used to do, whatever cost we incur, over that cost we keep a margin. Okay, so for example, if the cost is say 100, and we have a practice in our organization to keep a gross profit margin of 20% or whatever, so the price fixed by me is 120. So I fix a price of 120. So this is how, so my pricing will get affected because I got a different cost. So instead of 3,900, if I get 4,000, I will definitely be charging more to the customer. And because of that reason, there may be overcosting or undercosting. You will be charging more than what actually you are supposed to charge. And that will possibly lead to some kind of problem, which I already have discussed. Okay, so this is what I said. If you take a composite overhead rate instead of taking departmental overhead rate. Okay. All right. So I don't want to tell, because these kind of questions are there. Questions are there which you can do if you really want to get some kind of concept of the subject. So there are questions. Question number 11 is also of similar type, which I already have solved it there. So that you can do. I think there were few more questions. Few more good questions. So, okay, some questions are missing here in this. All right, so that is how do you find out? Question number 4. Did we do question number 4? Harris Fabrics. Okay, so let's see this question number 4. Harris Fabrics. And this question, I will just wait for a few minutes to get the answer from you all. And I hope that you will be able to answer. Harris Fabrics computes its predetermined overhead rate annually on the basis of direct labor hours at the beginning labor hours. All of you see the question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
At the beginning of the year, it is estimated that its total manufacturing overhead would be 1,34,000. Total direct labor would be 20,000. So if you recall the question we discussed just now, I told that you are provided with the information. First information will be department, estimated one. Second information may be the actual one. And the next information will be regarding the job, right? So this is how we have to see that which kind of information is given to us. Here, if you see the estimated information is given first to us, then the second thing which is asked is its actual total manufacturing overhead for the year is 1,23,900, and its actual total direct labor was 21,000 hours. Okay, so one estimated, the other one is the actual. Compute the company's predetermined overhead rate for the year, and also find out the overhead over applied or under applied. Okay, so I'm giving 2-3 minutes. 2 minutes is enough for this kind of question. So please get it soon and share it with me through chat. Okay, so I got over applied. 16,800. All right. So very simple. So let me do one thing. Let me take this too. Yeah, it is already done here. So first we calculated the POHR, which is coming 6.7, 1,34,000 divided by 20,000. So this is your overhead rate. You apply it for every job you do. Per hour you charge 6.7 as your manufacturing overhead. So the actual labor hours, 21,000 hours, has been spent for many jobs. I don't know what is the number of jobs. It may be hundreds of jobs. And there, every time a job is done, so whatever labor hours is taken, 7, 5, 6, you multiply the overhead rate of 6.7 to find out the manufacturing overhead, right? So you already have charged to all the jobs 1,40,700, whereas your actual is only 1,23,900. That means you have charged more. You have charged more to different jobs. You have you because of the overhead rate you have applied, you charged more to the product and you charge more to the customer. So if you are charging more to the product, you are charging more to the customer. Okay. So therefore, there is over application of overhead. So this is over application of overhead. Now, if I ask you, just anybody can tell me what is the impact of this over application of overhead? Different impacts are there. So whatever comes to your mind, please tell me.
So it will reduce the profit. It will show the actual margin should be higher than the margin which is showing in the statement, sir.
Once again.
Sir, if you are overestimating the overhead, it means you are overestimating your total cost. So your total cost will be more than your actual cost. So your profit should be more than what is the estimated profit.
Yes. So our actual profit will be more. All right. Anything else?
Sir, the demand will decrease ultimately because if we are overcosting the product, and people will not come to our company to buy the product.
Very good. Very good. These are the two fundamental. Yes, boss. Very good. Very good. Very good. Another good observation. So if you are overcosting, you are assuming that you will be incurring more cost. So you have to arrange more money for that. Your profit estimation will go wrong. You will estimate profit as less, whereas your actual profit will be more because you have, by mistake, you have calculated a cost which is coming over. Your demand will fluctuate. Your demand will have a negative impact because if you are charging more to a customer will find other sources of buying the same product from competitors, right? So these are the impact of overcosting as well as undercosting, right? Very good. Okay, so we have question number 5. Question number 5, and here also again we have to find out undercosting, over application or under application, right? So let's find out. 4 you have done, so 5 you can do it fast. All right. So I got one answer. Yes. So two answers. I'm expecting others to answer fast. Three, good. Four, five. I got only five response still so far. I don't know if there is any problem. Two more. Two more response, but not sure whether correct. All right. So let's see it here. POHR is already given there in the question. 23.40. Then manufacturing overhead. Applied is on the basis of labor hour. So 23.40 into actual labor hour, which is 10,800. So this is coming 2,52,720, and actual manufacturing overhead is 2,49,000. Applied is more. So this is over applied. This minus this. 3720 is over applied. Okay, I hope that I don't know whether I've. Okay, so this will be 3720. Those who haven't done, please note it down. Then we'll move to the next. Can all of you switch on the video? Please switch on the video. Let me see. Some of you I'll be removing from the class. Yeah, 30-second time for switch on to switch on your video. Thereafter, I will remove you from the class. Even if you are having any problem, you switch on your video and then tell it to me, and then we'll decide whether what to be done. And people, those who are having network issues, either you correct your network or come to the campus. This cannot be taken as a continued problem, right? So many students, let me read the names. Aditi, Tini, Avinash, Piyush, Shivam, Santanu, Aditya Agarwal, Itisri, Rajeshwari, Arpan, Sambit, and Aishwarya. Itisri has answered. I don't know where she has gone.
Coming.
Itisri Parida, I said. Pratyasha, can you hear me? Pratyasha? Sambit, Arpan, Shivam, Piyush, Aditya. Switch on your video.
Yes, sir.
Switch on your Aliba, what's going on?
Nothing, sir.
Something is going on. Tini is laughing, Soham is laughing. थोड़ा बोलो, मैं सुन लूं क्या बोल रहे हैं आप लोग.
Sir, you are on mute, sir.
Sir, Ashish is talking on phone.
हाँ हाँ, मैं फोन में थोड़ा बात कर रहा था. अभी बोलो, ये लोग क्या बोल रहा था मेरे एब्सेंस में, पता?
कौन लोग सर?
हाँ,
अच्छा ये लोग. अच्छा नहीं, वैसे कुछ नहीं, वो पता नहीं, मैं एक्चुअली
तुम लोग आओ फिजिकली कैंपस में, फिर तुमसे बात करते हैं. सुनो, व्हाट आई एम टेलिंग, किसको मैं बोल रहा था? I was asking somebody. No, before Oliver, before I got disconnected.
Itisri.
Yeah, Itisri, are you there, Itisri? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Huh? Yes, Itisri.
Yes,
Where
sir.
did
I'm
you
present.
go?
Sir, I have logged in through phone. I might be facing some network issues. Sir, am I
That's why,
audible?
yeah, that is what I said little before. People, those who are facing the network issue, come to the campus. Okay. So for a long time, we cannot say that we are facing this issue. We have a solution, so let's go for it. Itisri, why are you online? Why are you not coming to the campus? Because she is having an issue. All right. Because she otherwise comes to the campus. Okay, many of you may not be knowing. She is one of the very visible face there in the campus, and almost all faculties know Itishri.
Yes, sir. I'll join in the after 2 weeks. I'll join. I have a word with my mentor, and due to some family issues, I haven't been able to join now. But after 2 weeks, I'll join.
Okay, keep your all issues aside and join the campus. We'll be very happy to see you all here in the campus. So, okay, all right. So we were discussing about the over application, under application, and many of you are not in a position to answer that. Suggest me that you are not getting the concept. Okay. So you are not getting the concept means a problem, a basic fundamental problem will remain there, which will be affecting your career as well as affecting your second year also. Okay. So if you are having any problem, please ask me while I'll be explaining. But when I ask question and that time you are not answering, that's cannot be justified in any way. All right, so let's move to one more question. I hope that the next question you will be able to answer. So yes, question number 9. The following information pertains to Trenton Glass Works for the year just ended. Budgeted direct labor cost 75,000 hours, practical capacity at 16 per hour. Labor cost, both the things are given here, labor hour as well as labor rate per hour. Then actual direct labor cost is also given, number of hours and the rate is also given. Budgeted manufacturing overhead is given, actual selling and administration overhead is also given. What is asked? You are provided with the actual manufacturing overhead breakup. The actual manufacturing overhead breakup is like this: 231 to 79,000. You can add it together, that is your actual manufacturing overhead. Indirect material, beginning and purchase and ending indirect material. Indirect material is also part of your manufacturing overhead, which is already given there. The breakup of that 79,000 is like this. Compute the firm's predetermined overhead rate, which is based on direct labor hours. Calculate the over-applied or under-applied overhead rate for the year. Okay, so same question. The format of putting the question is different. Otherwise,
Sir,
there
what
is
does
no
it mean by
difficulty.
practical capacity? Sir, what does it mean by practical capacity?
Means that is the total capacity. 75,000 hours is the total capacity, practical capacity. But sometimes it happens that you go for adding more people on contractual basis or something like that. So your actual labor hour can exceed, sometime can exceed the practical capacity. Normally it remains less than that, but sometime. So which has happened in this case. Two things are asked: POHR and over applied and under applied. I hope I will get more number of answers from your section. Okay, so giving 2-3 minutes time, go through the question carefully, understand it, grasp the concept, and then do it. Take 2-3 minutes, that will be sufficient. 3 responses I have got so far. 4.
शायर को भेज दे। शायद जब तक थे तब तक आंसर किया नहीं क्या?
मुझे भेज दे आंसर।
सबको भेजते भाई।
Number is still the same. Only 7, 8 students. Okay. All right. So the answer given. Okay. This is Itisri Prushti. Good. All right. So whatever be the difficulty, let me do it for you, and then I'll give one more question and try to find out whether you are getting the concept or not. Okay. Taught just now, no? Just now. Some people are getting the concept, some people are not getting the concept. They can always ask me like where they have problem. So if they are not asking, very difficult to explain them. Okay, so POHR, let's find out POHR. The formula is same, estimated manufacturing overhead divided by, what is the basis taken here?
Direct labor hour.
Direct labor hours, sir.
Direct labor. And it is POHR is on the basis of estimated one, right? So I will directly put the formula here, write the amount. So estimated manufacturing overhead is 9,97,500. Divided by the labor hour, 75,000 is the estimated. 13.3 is the POHR. Second point, manufacturing applied. 13.3 into actual manufacture labor hours. Actual labor hour is 80,000. So this will be 80,000 into 13.3. 1064, 10,64,000. And actual manufacturing overhead is equal to, so you have to add the actual manufacturing overhead together.
Ten lakh 2,000.
10,02,000.
10,02,000. Okay. So it is over applied. $10,64,000 minus 10 lakh, which is coming 62,000. Okay. This is of no use, this information, because even if you do this adjustment, this will come 79,000. And so informations will be there. We have to take out those information which are of our use, otherwise leave it. That is called relevant information. Okay, so what I will do, I will share with you one more question. Question number 8, I will take this question from here to the Excel. And this I expect that you will be able to do it and try to do it fast. Okay, so this is the question. Budgeted manufacturing overhead, budgeted machine hour, actual labor hour, actual machine overhead, manufacturing overhead, actual machine hour. The company uses normal costing, that is traditional costing. Its job costing system has a single manufacturing overhead cost pool. Costs are allocated to jobs using a budgeted machine hour. So this is budgeted machine hour rate is taken. Machine hour is the basis. Compute the budgeted manufacturing overhead first. I don't know whether you have to compute it. It is already given there. Compute the budgeted manufacturing overhead rate. So this is POHR. compute the amount of under or over application, briefly write the methods of disposition, so that I already have discussed, find out the cost of the job to F3 if it consumes 1200 machine hours, 700 labor hours, like this. I hope that all of you will be able to answer me. And those who are not answering, they are not getting anything. They will not get in future also most of the things, because things will gradually grow in complexity. Okay, simple things you are not getting, difficult to get the other things. So try to be with me, try to put some amount of effort from your part. So answer me, and through chat, please answer. Otherwise, I will do. Okay, giving you 2, 3 minutes, 4 minutes time. So the number has increased this time, so I got 17 response. If you can make it for all 42 students present, it will be even better. Okay, so whatever it may be, let's see the answer, how this is to be done. Compute the budgeted manufacturing overhead rate, so POHR. Okay, so this is POHR is equal to machine R is the basis. So 70 lakhs divided by 2 lakhs. 35. That's the first question. Answer to the first question. Second question, compute the amount of under applied or over applied. For that, we have to first find out manufacturing overhead applied. Okay, the formula is POHR multiplied by actual machine hours. Okay, so this is 35 right here, 35 into 1,95,000. Am I right? This is actual machine
Yes,
hour.
Yes, sir.
So 6.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Yeah, that is coming 68 lakh 25,000. And actual manufacturing overhead. Actual manufacturing overhead is 68.
68, 6 lakh 8.
Good. 68 lakh. So we have applied more, over applied. Manufacturing overhead. 68 lakh 25,000 minus 68 lakh. Okay. Fourth one, find out the cost of the job 203. To F3. So what we will do, find out. So we add material, labor, manufacturing. Material cost, we'll see material cost, will relevant information as I said. Labor cost 30,000. Manufacturing overhead on the basis of machine hour, so you don't need to see labor hour, machine hour. So this is POHR multiplied by machine hour. How much is the machine hour?
1200.
1200. Very good. So 42,000. So this is cost of the job. Okay. So you add it. Cost of the job. $1,22,000. And what's next is it is the practice of the firm to charge a margin of 30% on cost to fix the selling price. Okay. So if you have to find out the selling price, then you have to add. So that will be selling price. Estimation. Cost of the job. plus 30% on cost.
36,600.
Very good. So this is coming 1,22,000 multiplied by 30%. So selling price equal to this plus this. Okay, so selling price is 1,58,600.
600.
Okay, so here in this question we have also calculated the over applied, under applied, and then question 3 has not been addressed. Briefly write the methods of. Okay, so this is not question 3. Question 3 is here. I will briefly write the methods. So methods is there are two ways. I've copied it from the study material. The under and over applied balance remaining the manufacturing overhead is treated in one of the following two ways: closed out by and transferred to cost of goods sold, or allocated between work in progress, finished goods, and cost of goods. So there are the two ways. The better way is the second one. Okay, second one is the better way. So here in this case we have got over applied. So what we have to do? We have to less it from cost of goods sold, or we have to less it from all the three. Okay, so the way it has been charged. So for example, your work in progress is 20%, 30% is finished goods, and 50% is cost of goods sold. So this over application amount of 25,000 will be deducted the same way from work in progress. There will be a value for work in progress, say for example.
Sir, you are not audible.
And you have to deduct say 20 per 5,000. So deduct 5. Okay. All right. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what I was saying, our over application of overhead is 25,000. Now, for example, 20% is charged to work in progress, and work in progress is say 50,000. In that case, what you will do? You will deduct 5,000 from a work in progress. So the rest amount of the work in progress will appear as 45,000. That will appear in your balance sheet. Right? Similarly for finished goods, similarly for cost of goods sold. The impact of cost of goods sold will reflect there in the income statement. The rest will appear in the balance sheet. Finished goods and work in progress. The second method is directly transfer the whole amount of 25,000 deducted from cost of goods sold. That we can apply only if our cost of goods sold is the maximum 90%, 95% of the total units we have manufactured. That we can do. Otherwise, we want to follow a simple method. Then in that case also we can do that. Otherwise, better method is second one. Okay. I'll start taking the attendance. Avilas?
Sir, he's in offline the campus.